Hi everyone, and welcome back to At His Heart for Us. Firstly, I just want to say welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me just jump into this word. So yesterday, I just in my heart, I just said to God, these things you spoke to me about, especially the things that even last week God said, told me something that He's about to do, in my life, right now, and and I said to God last night again, because all of us, our faith take these dips, when we're starting to when we look at with our physical eyes and we're not seeing what God has spoken to us about. And I just said to God in my heart last night, Lord, you really need to come through for me on this one. I even did a voice recording when He spoke to me last week about this thing He's about to do. And when I was thinking about that last night, I was like, oh no, Lord, you really need to come through for me, because I really need you. And then I just said to the Lord, and as I said that to Him, I realized, I was like, what is going on with my faith? What is happening right now? And I just said to the Lord, sorry, please help me with my little faith, really doubting you. How can I doubt you, And so this morning I wake up, and there those thoughts are again, and I'm just saying to the Lord, you need to come through for me. And I said to God, wait, no, I totally surrender. I totally surrender to your will. Whatever you want to do, you do. You're God. And then one of my friends sends me a Bible verse via WhatsApp. And it is just so beautiful. It's so encouraging, and it's so amazing, how God uses the people around us to encourage us at the right time when we really, really need this. Psalm 37 is actually a very favorite chapter of the Bible for me. I have made a video. I think it's about 2 years ago, where I read Psalm 37, so I will put a link to that video in the description below. And but the specific, I'm just going to read the specific verse that God spoke to me today through my friend. And but then you can go read Psalm 37 by yourself, or go watch the video and just listen to it. It's really a beautiful psalm. But I'm just going to focus on these two verses. So my friend sent it to me in the King James Version, Psalm 37 verse 5 to 6. I'm going to read this, but I'm also going to read it to you in other translations, because it's just so beautiful, and I just feel like if I read it in the different translations, then it will expand a bit better on to understand what God is really saying. Okay, so the King James Version: commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. And in verse 6, and He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. I really just want to focus on verse 5, and I just want to read it again. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. And so then I took my Bible and I read it, so I'm just going to read verse 5 in my Bible. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. And then I felt led to go read it in the Amplified Version. But then when I looked that up, it actually gave me from verse 3 to 6. So I just feel led to read from verse 3 to 6 for you. Trust rely on, and have confidence in the Lord, and do good, dwell in the land, and feed securely on his faithfulness, delight. Oh, I have to say that again. Dwell in the land and feed securely on his faithfulness. He's a faithful God. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires and petitions of your heart. And I just want to stop there quickly and say that it must be God's desires that's in your heart, not your own fleshly desires, your own way. When he says delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires and the petitions of your heart, it is those very desires that he has put in your heart and that you are keeping on petitioning for. Lord, when are you coming through for me on this promise? Those are the very things that he will give you, but it has to be the desires that he has given to you in your heart, not your own desires. Okay, I just want to say that. And delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires and the petitions of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Surrender. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him also, and he will do it. He will make your righteousness, your pursuit of right standing with God, your pursuit of right standing with God, that is pursuing him, pursuing his ways, his will, his desires, totally surrendering to him. So he will make your righteousness, your pursuit of right standing with God, like the light, and your judgment like the shining of the noonday sun. And so when I went to look up, these verses, the Passion Translation also came up, and I also feel led to read that to you. I just really have to read this because we have to really get this into our hearts and into our spirits, this word of God. So the Passion Translation: give God the right to direct your life. And as you trust him along the way, you'll find he pulled it off perfectly. He pulled it off perfectly. He will appear as your righteousness, as sure as the dawning of a new day. He will manifest as your justice, as sure and strong as the noonday sun. And I was just going to read verse 5 again. Give God the right to direct your life. And as you trust him along the way, you'll find he pulled it off perfectly. Wow. So this word just encouraged me so much. I just had to come and make a video. Surrender to God. Give your life to him. Give up your own desires, your own will, your own way, and say, Lord, come and put your desires in my heart. Put your desires in my heart and direct my way and show me the way you want me to go. And then trust him. Trust him when you tell this to him. And he will speak to you things, great and wondrous things you did not know. As he speaks to me, he will do that for you. And then all you have to do is trust him. And yes, keep on petitioning and keep on standing for the things he's spoken to you about. And he will pull it off perfectly. He, the faithful one, he, the righteous one, he, the one who loves you, he will do exactly as he has told you. Exactly as he has said, so shall it be done. So this word encouraged me so much today. I just thank the Lord for the people that he has sent into my life, that is still walking this walk with me. That sense, that God just lays on their heart when there's a word that they need to send out to me, just to encourage me. I thank the Lord for them. It just encouraged me so much this morning, just knowing the very things that I petitioned to him about last night and this morning. this specific one thing he spoke to me last week about. He will pull it off perfectly, because I did say to him, Lord, your will, not my way. You are the faithful one. And as he says, so shall it be done. So yes, I just want to encourage you. I just feel led to say this. I felt earlier the Holy Spirit also saying this to me. Like, when God has given you word over your life, prophetic word, or word through his word, promising you things that is to come, the beautiful things, the beautiful plans he has for your life. Don't give up on that. Don't go put it somewhere in a cupboard and think, oh, if it happens, it will happen. If it doesn't, it won't. No, you have to partner with God. You have to remind him. God doesn't forget, but he wants a relationship with you. He wants you to come and remind him, to petition to him about the very things he's spoken over your life. And yes, he has a perfect time. He has a perfect time for everything. But he wants you to have that relationship with him, to say to the Lord, Lord, this thing you spoke to me about, I'm still remembering it. I wrote it down. I recorded it, and I'm still trusting you. I'm still trusting you for that. I'm still, sometimes we go through a time where we're on our knees and we are warring for the things that God has promised us, because right now, I just feel like saying sometimes it is just to build our own faith, to bring ourselves to a point of absolute surrender and submission, knowing that we cannot do it ourselves, that he's the one. It's not by our might, not by our power, but by the power of his Holy Spirit, that the very things that he spoke to you about, he will do it. But we also have to partner with him. Sometimes there are things that he's spoken to us in our lives that we need to step out in faith. We need to step out in faith to take the steps to go and do what he has told us to do. Because sometimes we have to do a thing before it comes into, before it manifests. Because God says a thing, he's given you a promise, he's given you something, told you something, but you also have to take certain steps. Apply for a job, or apply for something, or whatever it might be in your life, or contact that person that's going to help you fulfill that promise that God has spoken over your life. So I just felt led to say that to you as well. Prophetic words and things like that is not just something you go put away in a cupboard. No. You partner with God and you do what he tells you to do, and he will do what only he can do by his Holy Spirit. And so I'm going to end this word right there. I just want to say thank you so much for watching and listening, subscribing. Please share with other friends and family to encourage them with these words. And I will speak to you very soon. God bless you, and goodbye.